Good afternoon, guys. Right, it's a wet Thursday afternoon, and I got sent an email from someone I know regarding the fuel crisis. And apparently, this is quite a long email I got sent. So what I'm going to do is going to try and dissect it, if you like. But the finger points at Lloyds of London, the insurance company, which has been going for hundreds of years, which started off in Maritime Insurance, I believe. Started off in a coffee house, I believe, in London. Anyway, that's the by the by. But I shall read some of this out and make of it what you will, guys, yeah? Because this could be nothing to do with any action by Iran, but action by the Maritime Insurance Companies, all right? So apparently it says here, regarding the real story regarding the Straits of Hormuz, everyone thinks Iran can close the Strait of Hormuz. That's wrong. Iran didn't close it, London did. Right. Not the government, but the insurance companies. The most important oil artery in the world nearly stopped flowing. And it goes on. So it says here, every day there's about 107, that's every day, cargo ships normally passing through it, which is energy lifelines for the global economy. Last week, only 19 ships crossed through the straits, which is an 81% collapse in traffic. There was no military action, no missiles, just one decision. Sorry about this, guys. Just one decision made by several insurance companies. They withdrew the coverage, basically. This is how global shipping really works. About 90% of the world's ships are insured by 12 maritime insurance companies. These companies, or clubs, as they're all linked in, rely on reinsurance markets, mostly based in London. When war risk rises, reinsurers can pull coverage. And when that happens, there's no insurance. In other words, ships cannot sail and the trade stops. Apparently it says here a $150 million tanker will not move without insurance. So the Strait of Hormuz wasn't blocked by a navy, it was blocked by a spreadsheet. That's a good way of looking at it. Now it says here, the real question, who is actually being choked? And it's got here, the ones that they're trying to choke off, there's three involved that they want to, basically. First one is Iran. Almost all Iranian oil exports leave through Hormuz. If shipping collapses, Iran cannot export its war revenue. It cannot export, and therefore its war revenue disappears. Sorry about this, it's quite small font here, I'm trying to look at the text. Ironically, the oil weapons hurts Iran itself first. Second country to suffer with this is China, which is the most exposed country on earth to the Straits of Hormuz disruption. Apparently 40% of Chinese crude imports pass through the strait. 90% of Iranian oil exports go straight to China. The third one it's going to interfere with is Qatar. Shipments to China must cross Hormuz. So if this route freezes, China's energy security starts shaking. That's why Beijing quickly urged de-escalation. And then it goes on to list the entire Gulf, which is Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Qatar, Kuwait, Iraq. Their oil exports all depend on the Straits of Hormuz. Apparently, Hormuz carries 20 million barrels of oil a day. 20 million barrels of oil. That's crazy. And there is no alternative route. So it goes on to say, here's where the British financial system quietly enters the story. For centuries, London has dominated maritime insurance, from Lloyds to global reinsurance. That means when London decides the risk is too high, global shipping freezes. No blockade required. Does this help Russia? Short term, in the short term, yes. If Gulf exports slow, oil prices rise and Russian crude becomes valuable. Asia may also buy more Russian oil. It goes on to say higher prices mean more money for Moscow. But it also says, what about India? As India imports about 85% of its oil. Much of it comes from the Middle East. If Hormuz disruption continues, the shipping costs rise, oil prices spike, inflation pressure increases, and India's advantage is diversification. It will have to buy from Gulf producers or Russia or other suppliers. Right, it says if Hormuz stays unstable, which we all know is at the moment it is, everyone pays more. Right, so it goes on to say most people think geopolitics is controlled by leaders, presidents, generals and so on. But sometimes the real gatekeepers are the actual companies that are running the risk models in London. Right, so that's it in a nutshell. So it looks like it possibly could be because the ships can't get insured for their safety to go through the Straits of Hormuz, which is ramping up the spike in oil pricing. Yeah, so I just thought I'd put that out, guys. So make of it. Sorry about the it was such the font is so small, but I think I managed to get the gist of the actual information out there. All right then, guys. Right, have a good one rest of the day, and I'll speak to you on another one. All right, all the best now. Cheers.